Good day, guys. Welcome back to another episode. This is going to be one of the final episodes with the charger, applying the paint protection that I have chosen for it. Super excited for it, and hopefully you guys are as well. Remember to subscribe to the channel, click the bell, turn on all post notifications so you don't miss a future upload. Come join the MeanBee 392 family. All your guys' support is greatly appreciated. And if you like this video, remember to smash that thumbs up. Both those things are free to do, so please help support the channel, and all of your support is greatly appreciated. But let's get on with what we are going to be applying for the paint protection on the charger. I am going with the CarPro CQuartz UK 3.0. So this is the ceramic coating that I chose for the charger. I'm sure a lot of you have guessed that I'm going to be applying a ceramic coating on the charger. I want the best paint protection, I want the best gloss, the best durability. I feel that the CQuartz UK 3.0 by CarPro is the best option. So this is what I'm going to be applying on there. I will be doing 2 coats. I'm going to show applying the first coat. The second coat I'm not going to show applying. I don't really feel that I need to show doing both coats. I'm not going to show the whole car applying it. I will show the whole car when it is done. And then after that, we got a little something special to put on top of this ceramic coating. One thing that is very handy for a ceramic coating is a nice light to check if you have any high spots. So extra lighting is very important with a ceramic coating. Having your paint cleaned by using a clay bar, doing a paint correction, polishing, compounding, whatever it is that you need to do is a very important step as well. That's exfoliating the paint, getting the paint ready for the ceramic coating to have a great bonding layer to that paint. So you got to exfoliate it. The best way I can describe paint is basically like your skin. You got to take care of your paint like your skin. It is very susceptible to getting damaged, but then also you need to keep it hydrated. You need to take great care of it. Otherwise, you're going to start having peeling clear coat or anything, oxidation, all that horrible stuff that you do not want to have. Like I was mentioning about the light, I'm using my Astro 50 SL. It is a great, nice little light. I have showed it in other videos getting this charger to the spot that it is now, which is absolutely gorgeous. But let's go ahead, check out and see what is inside the box. So as you can see in here, you're going to have your ceramic coating. This is in a glass bottle. You do want to shake it up lightly before you apply it. Don't drop it. You do not want to break it. You're also going to have your foam applicator for applying the ceramic coating. In this little box here, you're going to have your microfiber applicators. One thing with this CarPro kit I'm extremely impressed with, as you can see in the bottom of the microfiber applicator, it is branded. They're all branded. So you have, looks like 5 or 6 applicators in the little box. I'm going to put them back in there to keep them clean. You're going to change your applicator out right around 2 to 3 panels. You're going to want to put a new one on to continue on applying your ceramic coating. And then you also have a nice, very soft towel from CarPro as well. And once again, it is branded. I absolutely love all the branding that they have. But this is going to be for removing the ceramic coating after it is on there, after it has flashed. Once it flashes, you're going to see it. It's going to look like a rainbowed or an oil slick look. And then the last thing in the box is going to be an instruction manual. Very, very awesome instruction manual, very easy to read and follow. One thing that is very important to note, I find it kind of interesting, but they say that after you apply the first coat, they recommend 2 coats, 3 being max. I'm going to go with 2, I'm not going to do 3, but they say that after the first coat, 60 minutes after it, you may apply the second coat. If you don't meet that 60-minute mark, then you need to wait to the following day, which is your 24-hour mark. So it's kind of interesting that right around the 60 minutes or a little bit less, I think it's 45 to 60 minutes, you can apply your second layer. If it is a little bit longer than that, then you got to wait till the next day. Not a big deal. That's what I'm going to be doing anyways. And then it also goes on to show and tell you how to apply it, but I'll be showing you guys that and bringing you along for it. Also, they have in here the CarPro CQuartz 3.0 owner's manual. Very cool, very informative of how to take care of your ceramic coating, products to use, proper steps in maintaining your ceramic coating to keep it lasting for as long as possible. Now with a kit like this, they claim that you're going to get a year to 2 years of durability out of it, so taking care of it is going to be very important. The way I take care of my ceramic coatings, I take great care of them, so I'm going to get the longest lifespan out of them as possible. Also, with this ceramic coating, it has built-in UV protection. The CQuartz UK 3.0 is supposed to be a easier to work with formula for the ceramic coating. It's going to have a little bit better work times, better in cold temperatures or warmer temperatures, so a wider temperature range for applying the ceramic coating. And then it is also going to be chemical resistant to road salts, any kind of chemicals, so you're going to get great protection out of the ceramic coating. Not to mention the amount of gloss that you should get out of the ceramic coating. That is something I have very high expectations to see the amount of gloss I'm going to get out of it, and I want and I hope that it is going to meet my expectations with that. So I'm sure it will, but I can't wait to see how it's going to make the paint look on this charger. Like I said, I have very high expectations for it, so we will definitely see how it does and what my thoughts and take are on the ceramic coating. One thing I want to say before I get started in it, this is only the second ceramic coating I've applied. I applied the Adams Polishes ceramic paint coating kit on my Challenger. That coating kit has been on there for almost 2 years. Like I mentioned, I take great care of my ceramic coatings. It's still on there, it's still holding in very good, and has amazing hydrophobic properties to it. So this coating, I'm sure I'm going to get that 2-year mark out of it for sure, but maintenance for your ceramic coating is very important. So let's go ahead, head over to the car. I'm gonna get set up, start applying the ceramic coating, see how it looks. Depending on your temperature and humidity is going to depend on the flash time, so it might flash faster or it might flash a little bit slower. So you're gonna really wanna watch that and pay attention to that, but I'm gonna bring you guys along with that as well to show you how it's flashing, when to remove it. You're gonna want a slight tug on the towel. You're not gonna want it to be slick because that coating has not set yet, has not flashed yet, but too much of a tug on the towel, or if it's set too much, it's going to cure on there and it's gonna have high spots. You're not gonna be able to remove it unless you compound it off. You don't wanna run into that problem at all. But it is definitely something that just takes a little bit of attention to detail, and as long as you do that, you're not gonna have any problems applying a ceramic coating. All right, so with the applicator block and having the pad, I also have the ceramic coating here. I've shaken it up lightly. You can take so I'm gonna lay that there, I don't wanna drop it. I'm gonna take basically this is a squeegee I have for vinyl. You can use a credit card, you can use whatever you have, but on this applicator block, it has a nice little cutout in it. I'll show you on camera here that it will press into to basically hold that microfiber applicator in there. So I'm going to go ahead and get it all pressed in because I want it to hold it. I don't want it coming loose. And then once you get the one side put in all the way, you can stretch it a bit tighter so it's not super loose, and then do the same thing of tucking that microfiber. You can do the same thing of tucking the applicator in as I am doing here. So now that I got the applicator all tucked in, as you can see, it has a nice surface on it. It's not too loose, and it's going to hold it nicely for me to apply. I'm going to actually apply it on the top of the fender right in here. I'm going to do a small section so I can see how long it's taking to flash when I need to remove it, what it's looking like. Once I get that done, then I'm going to move to the hood and then start applying it, but I just want to get a feel for it right in this small section on this fender. A couple of very important things with a ceramic coating is you want to make sure you don't drop it because the bottle is glass. You also want to put the lid back on in between every time of applying it. Wear gloves with it, because if you don't put the lid back on, it's going to crystallize and harden up inside the bottle. So you want to make sure that you have the lid back on. That way it's not going to do that, and it's going to last as long as you need it to. So the first step we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, take the lid off. I'm just going to set the lid right here. And we are going to run 2 lines. I'm going to run 1 line down the applicator, just like that right there. So I have 1 line ran down the applicator. I'm just going to set that upside down. I'm going to put my lid back on, set the bottle out of the way, and then I'm going to go ahead and take the microfiber applicator, and you're going to work it in a crosshatch pattern. But on the top of the fender, it is a smaller surface and area, getting into every nook and cranny, making sure you have a nice even coat. So you just want to work it, like I said, in a crosshatch pattern, up and down, side to side. Remember where you leave off, where you start, stop, because that's going to be very important. You don't have to work it in a ton. I am just kind of working it in just to see what it feels like, because this is the first spot that I'm doing with it, and I want to make sure that I'm applying it correctly. So now that I have it applied to the top of the fender, we're going to look and watch it for flashing. This can take, they say, 60 seconds, so a minute. Like I said, if you live in a hot, dry climate, it's going to flash faster. If you live in a cool, humid climate, it's going to flash slower. So you really are going to have to watch. I'm going to time this so I have a rough idea of how long it takes for it to flash with my current temperatures that I'm dealing with right now. But I'm also going to go ahead and grab my light and take a look at it with it. So with my light, I can see it. On this orange, it is a bit harder to see. The light is almost too bright. But I can see it on there. I can see that it is not flashing or rainbowing yet. So I'm just going to keep an eye on that. And once it starts flashing and rainbowing, then I will come back in and go ahead and remove it with the provided towel. So as I'm watching it, I can see, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but in the light, I can see a light rainbowing effect going on right now. So I'm just kind of scanning and looking at it. And I'm waiting for every spot to look like that. There's a few spots that are looking like that, a few that are kind of not looking like it just yet. I'm sure it's kind of hard to see on camera, and I am sorry about that. But this is just basically your general, how you're going to apply it and remove it. But once I get this nice rainbow that it is starting to come to, and I'm right about a minute mark now, then I'm going to come back in with my microfiber and buff off the excess on top. You can always come in. What I'm going to do is test right there. So it is still a little bit slick. It needs to set a little bit more. So I just did a small wipe right here. I'm going to let it keep rainbowing and setting up. It's still a little slick. I didn't have much tug on the towel, so I'm going to let it keep rainbowing and setting. Okay, so I'm going to come back in and test it. It's got a little bit of a tug to it, as I can feel. So I'm going to come in and just remove it. Remove the excess on the top, and then I will grab my light again as well to make sure that I don't have any high spots right through here. It took roughly about 3.5 minutes for me right now in the conditions that I'm in for it to set up. But it looks really good from what I can see. Really liking it, but let me grab my light real quick. So coming in with my light, I can definitely come in and see if I have any high spots or how it's looking. And that is a very nice even layer, even coat that I got on it right there. So now I have a great baseline knowing how long it's going to take roughly to work and to set up. Now I can go ahead, I can kind of know how much of a panel I can work. They say always work a 2 foot by 2 foot section, which is what I will do. But I know how much I can work in a rough time frame for needing to remove it with my current temperature conditions right now. But as you can see in the camera right up here, it is extremely glossy. I'm loving the way that looks. So let's get set up, and I'm going to start on the hood as well, and I will show you guys doing some of it on the hood and how it goes. You can really see it being applied right there. That is a nice view with the lights that I can see. So you're just going to do your nice crosshatch, crisscross pattern. By the way, this stuff does have a very strong scent to it. So definitely use it in a well ventilated area. But it is applying and going on very smooth. And these little corners, I always like to make sure I have full coverage on, and right around the body lines as well. So I would say that that is a good coverage that I've got. Doing my crosshatch pattern. Doing your crosshatch is going to make sure that you are not missing any areas. It's going to give you your overlapping that you need to cover every square inch that you need and want to do with the ceramic coating. So now I need to wait for roughly that 3.5 minute mark like I did on top of the fender here, and then go ahead and buff that off as well. So hopefully you guys can pick it up in the camera. So I am getting some light rainbowing going on. I'm getting close to my 3.5 minute mark. Just keeping a close eye on it to see when I need to remove it. It is not there yet, but it is definitely getting very close. Okay, so hopefully we can see it up here. It is definitely at the point of needing to be removed. So we'll just come in and wipe it down. It removes very easily. Very impressed with that. So far it has been really nice to work with. It's a great ceramic coating so far. Really enjoying it. Love how easy it has been. But we will see as time goes on, as I keep coating the car, of how it keeps acting and how it treats me and the results that I get from it. So coming in with the light, like I said before, I just like to check high spots. So there definitely is an increase in gloss. And of course it's going to be a lot better once it's out in the sun. But everything from what I can tell so far, it looks perfect and it is laid on there really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and keep applying it to the rest of the hood. I'll show you guys this section once I get it done. I'll bring you in for some better rainbowing. Hopefully the camera will pick it up, and then I'm going to go ahead and shut the camera off and get the whole car done. So it does apply and go on very, very smooth, very easy. I really like how easy this stuff is to work with right now. Absolutely loving it, really enjoying this process. Alright, so as I mentioned, I'm going to do my best to try to get the rainbowing effect on camera. So the camera is not picking it up, because it is definitely starting to rainbow in those lights. I got my light out to hopefully show, but that is not either. So this orange is really, really hard to see it. You can kind of see it in the light there. So it is starting to rainbow. It is setting up, and it is time to remove it. Removing it is very easy. You can feel, like I said, when you're doing it, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you're doing a ceramic coating, it has a little bit of a tug on your removal process. But that's how you can tell that it is starting to cure and it's starting to get tacky. And that is the perfect time that you want to remove it. You definitely want to make sure you go over every little bit that you've put on, so you get all the product removed off of the panel. You do not want to leave it on, or you're going to have to come in with a machine to buff it off, and it's going to be an absolute pain. It's going to be a nightmare, and you're not going to enjoy the process at all. So now this part of the hood is done. I'm going to move to the center and the other side, but this has turned out super, super glossy. Absolutely loving it. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut the camera off so I can get this thing knocked out and done, but I will definitely bring you guys back in to show you once I'm done with it. Okay, so I wanted to bring you guys in to show you the amazing amount of gloss that the ceramic coating has delivered on this paint. Absolutely blown away. I'm sorry, there is 2 coats applied. I didn't bring you in to show you after the first coat. The reason why I did not do that is because I've been doing this after work at nights. My hours are longer. I'm not trying to make excuses. By the time I get this done, I've got to shower, get to bed, to wake up early the next day. But I waited 24 hours from the first coat onto the second coat, and then after the second coat, which here we are now, I waited another 24 hours. So it has had a full 24 hours of cure time. Looks absolutely amazing. I will bring a light in also. The light, I mean, you can see it does have an extreme amount of gloss. The light really doesn't do a whole lot because it's already so glossy. This thing looks absolutely amazing, and I'm blown away by how great it looks. And I'll bring the light back in. I'm trying to pick up, you can see the metal flake in it. So it has done an amazing job. I cannot believe how great this looks. One spot I really love is the mirrors, just because you have so many contoured edges. I can't wait to get this out in the sun to see how it's going to look in the sun. But as you can tell, and I keep saying it, I'm not trying to repeat myself, but this thing looks absolutely gorgeous. The gloss levels on it, the shine, and the protection. Look at the lights on it. It is like a show car paint job. So this CQuartz UK 3.0 has done such an amazing job. It has been an absolute pleasure applying this. As you can see, the reflection in it is absolutely amazing. Great reflection. It's been amazing applying it. It has not been hard. I'm going to touch on my final thoughts. I don't want to stretch this video on too long. It's going to be longer, so hopefully you guys stick with it and you like it. But it has been a pleasure to work with. This stuff has been absolutely amazing. I'm just trying to show off the bumper too. All of the lines and everything on the car have really been accentuated with this ceramic coating. I can't get enough of it. Absolutely beautiful. All right, so as you saw, it has turned out absolutely amazing. Love the way it looks. The coating, applying it, the CQuartz UK 3.0 applies amazing. Very easy to work with. I'm going to touch more on that at the end of the video, so definitely stick around for that. So normally at this point, now that it's had the 24 hours of cure in between coats and 24 hours after the second coat, you would come in with the reload if that's what you want to use, and you can use that as a topper. The reload, I have not used it, but from the sounds of it, it works really, really good. I'm going to be using the CarPro Gliss. So this is a nano top coat. So basically I'm going to put 3 coats on it, the 2 of the CarPro CQuartz UK 3.0, and then the final one being the Gliss. The CarPro Gliss, they label it as solvent resistant, hydrophobic, UV protection, anti-static, smoothness, anti-water marks. So the anti-water marks is going to help with any of your water etching. So the water basically getting on the panel. So it's going to, the hydrophobic properties should be absolutely amazing with what we have done. So adding this should even boost that even more. This is basically just a top coat. It's going to boost shine even more, which I really don't understand how it's going to boost more. So I want to check that out. So I want to see how much more it's going to boost the shine, and then the hydrophobic properties are supposed to be really, really good with this as well. You're not going to get the longevity out of this as you are with the CQuartz UK 3.0, but you are going to get up to 12 months of protection out of this. CarPro says pairing this up as the last top coat is going to give you the extreme amount of gloss and hydrophobic properties, so that's what I'm going to be doing and trying out. I will show you in the box. I love their labeling. It's got a little holographic label, and it has the year 2019, so I would assume that is when it's made. But the contents in the box, as you can see, are your applicators. So you're going to have another bottle, and it is a glass bottle of the Gliss. It's all sealed up. You're also going to have your applicators. Just like the last ones, they are branded CarPro. Love the branding on all these products. Along with the foam block, it is branded CarPro as well. This foam block holds the pads extremely well. It's very ergonomic. With this soft foam, it contours very nice. It holds it in with the cut in the side of the applicator block, as you can see there. Holds the applicators in there really nice. Absolutely love these little blocks. Very, very handy, very easy to use. Like them a lot. And then the last thing in the box, you're going to have your hologram stickers, and then you're also going to have your instruction manual. The instruction manual with the CarPro stuff, I've really liked a lot. It's very simple. As you can see, it's a 1 through 6 step. The instruction manual, they're just really nice, good pictures. I'll just read it real quick. It says keep container tightly closed after use. So just like the ceramic coating, that is very important to keep that closed after you use it each time. Store in a cool, dry place. Keep away from children. Do not ingest. For the instructions, number 1, wash with CarPro Reset, decontaminate, and polish with CarPro Reflect. You don't have to use those. You can if you want. And then it says if heavier cut is needed, may start with CarPro Clear Cut, wipe down with CarPro Erase. Vehicle must be 100% dry and free of moisture or dew. 2, drag 2 lines of product across the length of the suede wrapped applicator. Add more product to applicator as needed. Keep wet, even application. So even application is going to be very important. As I saw with the ceramic coating, you're going to have a heavier spot where you start, and when you get to basically the end of the panel or the area that you're working on, it is going to thin out. So you want to keep that even, because the heavier is going to take longer to cure. The lighter is going to take a little bit less time. So just keep it even. It's not hard to do. And then number 3, apply evenly across surface approximately, and it says 50 centimeter by 50 centimeters, so like a 2 foot by 2 foot section at a time. Any overlap from one section to the next must be within a couple minutes for even application. So that is going to be very important. You're not going to want to overlap super far onto another application. If it is fully cured, you're going to get basically like a high spot doing that. So make sure you're doing it and your overlaps aren't with a huge time gap in between. Not real hard, and you don't have to work fast, you just need to be aware of that. 4, gliss will flash fast. When a white haze forms, immediately wipe off all residue using a microfiber towel. If haze is left on too long, reapply and immediately wipe off. If layering on top of itself, wait 1 hour in between coats. So you need to wait that 1 hour in between coats if you're going to add 2 layers. Interesting to me that it's going to haze white. I want to see that. I'll definitely bring you guys in for that as well. And very cool that if it is left on too long, you can just go over it again, like you're applying it again, and wipe off immediately to get rid of that. I don't really want to do that on camera because I don't want to run into a hiccup. If that is something you want to see, drop in the comments below. We have a test panel. I'll beat that thing up. 5, if you use a top coat, it may be applied 4 hours or longer after CQuartz. If IR cured, may be applied after 45 minutes from CQuartz application. So after 4 hours of applying the ceramic coating, you can apply this. I waited the 24, so that is just, you can wait 4 hours. 6, keep dry for at least 1 hour after application. Wipe any water off surface during the first 24 hours after application. Avoid detergents and chemicals 5 to 7 days after application. So it needs the 24 hours of full cure time. For me, it's not a big deal. I'm just going to keep it in the garage. It's going to keep any moisture off of it, any kind of dew, any kind of rain, anything like that. But just keep in mind that you need to keep that wiped off if it is going back outside. So that is going to be the top coat I'm applying. Hopefully you guys are just as excited as I am. Hopefully it boosts the gloss more than that. Like I said, I don't really know how it can. This thing is already crazy, crazy glossy. An amazing finish on it. But let's check out the CarPro Gliss on top of the CQuartz UK 3.0. Let's see how it looks. Then after the 24 hours, I'm going to bring you guys back in and show you. I don't want to make this video too long. It might be a little bit longer. So you're definitely going to want to stick through and check all of it out and see it. And then a separate video, I will do hydrophobic properties of this on the car, not to stretch this video out too long. Okay, so we're going to come to the hood. We're going to apply the CarPro Gliss. Same thing with the applicator, tucking it in with the foam block. Make sure that you have this stuff. I've already been playing around with it a little bit to try to see how long it's going to take to cure, which I strongly recommend doing. We always want to make sure you got the product shook up. And then you're going to drag 2 lines on your applicator. So I've got 2 lines drugged there. And then we're going to go ahead and start applying it. I'm going to apply it to the top here because I do know that I can do this whole section of the hood here. I don't have to do a 2 foot by 2 foot because I've been playing around with it and I know how long it's taking to flash and cure. So basically the same as the ceramic coating. You're just going to go ahead and start. You're going to do a cross hatch pattern I always like to outline my section that I'm working on, so I don't have any extra that transfers over to a panel next to it. If you do, it's not a huge deal because you do have that working time of when you can apply another layer or another coat on it. So it's not going to hurt anything. And of course I have the vinyl taped off. So once I have that applied, then I'm just going to come back, try to get into all of the body lines, and then go ahead and start applying a nice even crosshatch pattern. It goes on and applies very smooth, very easy, effortlessly. It does definitely have a stronger smell to it, so I would recommend having some kind of ventilation in the garage or wherever you are applying this stuff at, because you're definitely gonna not want to be breathing these fumes in a closed area. So then I'll just come back and do my crosshatch pattern. So that is side to side, up and down. It doesn't have to be one or the other first, but this is just making sure that you have every last bit of the area coated. A nice even coat. Like I mentioned, it's going on very, very smooth. Very impressed with how easy it's working. Very impressed with the ceramic coating, how easy it went on and was working as well. I've been thoroughly impressed with these products so far. And then the next big question is, what kind of gloss is it going to add? So just like that, I have the hood, this section right here. I know where my lines stop and end. I have it coated. So now it's going to be waiting to see how long it takes for this to cure. So basically you are going to start seeing a white haze kind of start forming. I just kind of like to watch, keep surveying every little bit, because you want to try to keep it as even as possible. You don't want it to be super heavy up here and thin down here, but I like to just survey the whole area to see and make sure that it is curing at the same rate, and watching so I can tell and know when to take it off. I know this color is hard to see it being applied. It's not like a black, but we still can hopefully see it. And I'm just going to keep waiting and watching. Like I said, I played around with it a little bit. That's what I always recommend doing with a ceramic coating or a nano coating like this. Play around with it, see how long the cure time is, time it to see how long it is. That way you know how long you have to work with this product, and you're not just applying it in an area and waiting forever for that area to cure, and then you're like, all right, heck with this, and you're gonna apply it to the whole thing, and the next thing you know, it's already cured where you started, and where you finished, you're not even done yet. You don't want to deal with that. So definitely time it, see where it's at. That's gonna help you in the long run. And then I have two low nap or low pile microfiber towels. I already pre-washed them. They are very soft. They're ready to be used to remove this. I always keep one for removing, and the other clean one that I have for buffing away any kind of residue that might be left behind, and that's how I keep them. Once one starts getting loaded up, once the first one starts getting loaded up, I will switch it with the one I'm buffing with, and then I will grab another new one, is what I like to do. So I'm gonna bring you guys in closer because there is a spot up here. Hopefully it will show it, and we can see it hazing up. So it is very hard to see. You can kind of see a little bit right up top, right in here through the light. You can see it hazed a little bit. So it is a hard color to see, but it does turn like a white haze color, kind of like a wax. I'm trying to get the best angle, and I'm really not seeing it. We'll come in with a light. Maybe we can see it that way. So there you go. You can see the light hazing. There's a good spot right up there. You can see it. So it is turning white. As you can see, that's really good right there. So it's time for me to remove it. So I'm just going to come in with my one microfiber that I will use for my first initial wipe, and then I got my second one ready to go. And we'll come in to remove it. Oh my gosh. I am almost speechless right now. This is amazingly slick. I I don't think I've ever felt a surface this slick. This is absolutely mind-blowing right now. And it's removing off very easy. It's not leaving anything behind. And I cannot believe the slickness. So I'm gonna come in with my second one, buff anything away that the first one didn't pick up. And this, I am telling you, this surface is super, super slick. I cannot believe how slick this is. I feel like I'm looking at it and I feel like it's making the, it is definitely popping the metallic in this paint, making it pop really, really nice. And I can feel this fender here I've not coated. I'm just trying to push it. You can see the towel, you can see my finger pushing on it. And look at that. That is crazy, crazy slick. I cannot believe this. Absolutely amazing. So the Gliss is definitely a product that is blowing my mind right now. I'm absolutely loving. It is super, super shiny. I feel it has bumped the gloss up. It hasn't even cured yet. And the surface is so slick. I want to bring you guys in for a closer look with the light to show you that metal flake that I'm telling you about. So here is the top of the hood to the top of the fender. So you can see that gloss difference right there. So the top of the fender is ceramic coated with 2 coats. The hood is ceramic coated with 2 coats, and now the Gliss on it, absolutely mind-blowing. We'll come in closer right here, and as you can see, look at that metal flake. It is popping like crazy. Absolutely mind-blowing. I cannot believe the results I'm getting out of this right now. Alright guys, so here it is. Hopefully the wind noise is not too bad. So this is with the 2 coats of the CarPro CQuartz UK 3.0 with a top layer of their CarPro Gliss. The CarPro Gliss does add an extreme amount of shine to this. This thing looks absolutely amazing. The whole thing has turned out so good. As you can see, the shine in the paint. It's so glossy, it is so shiny, looks super, super good. Absolutely love it. So that is by far the best ceramic coating that I have used. It was very easy to use. And just like any ceramic coating, it does have some attention to detail. I'm just trying to come in and highlight some of these areas, but just some attention to detail when applying it to make sure you don't get any high spots, that you have a nice, even application. As long as you take your time, pay attention to detail, do the proper prep that we have done in this video series, this is the results that you can get out of it. For me, absolutely breathtaking. The paint is so glossy, so nice looking, super, super slick to the touch. I cannot wait to see the hydrophobic properties that this paint is going to have. But we're just gonna walk around the car, kind of check it out so you can see. The paint just looks like it's wet, like it's just dripping wet. Like if you touched it with your hand, it would be orange. But it just looks so good, so shiny, so glossy. The reflection in the side of it is really, really good, really nice. Honestly, I can't say enough good things about it. I had an awesome user experience with the CarPro CQuartz UK 3.0, applying the ceramic coating to the car. It was, like I said, it was very easy to use, an amazing user experience for me. Went on great with those 2 coats and the topper of Gliss. The Gliss was also extremely easy to use, a lot easier than, of course, your ceramic coating. It went on very smooth, very easy. It doesn't take real long to flash and to wipe it off. I didn't have any spots where I had to go back over and reapply it to get it off, but if you do and you want to see something like that, definitely drop that in the comments below. I would love to beat up the test panel with some of this stuff. But like I said, I just want to come in and just highlight some of these areas, the shine that it has got, the metal flake. Absolutely amazing, amazing. I cannot believe the gloss levels. The mirrors are another point that I really like, that are really good looking, with lots of metallic coming out in the paint. But overall, I don't want to stretch this video on too long. I know this video is going to be very long, but overall, an amazing product. Easy to use, as I've mentioned. Fantastic results. Makes the paint look absolutely amazing. Now I know I'm going to have a good 2 years of protection out of this. How I like to take care of my ceramic coatings, I probably am going to get 3 years or so. It's hard to say, but we're going to have a long lifespan of protection on the car, which I'm super happy for. I really like. I like to keep these things looking as good as possible, especially if we want to go to like a car show or something. Yes, I know, car lovers, car people, you want to wash, you want to apply a Carnauba wax or a paint sealant to get it prepped and ready. You can still do the same thing with this using any of the CarPro products, or if you're using like an SiO2 enhancer or just a spray as a drying aid if you're just wanting to pop it. But I'm not going to need to do that because this is going to stay looking this great and this nice for a long time to come. But definitely drop down in the comments below what you think about it, what you think, how it has turned out. It is absolutely amazing. If I get down, you can see the other side shows the reflection better. It's a little bit more in the shade. This side is in the direct sunlight. But definitely drop in the comments below what you think. Have you used CarPro CQuartz UK 3.0? Have you used it with the topper using the Gliss or any of their products? I'm just curious to know what you guys have used, the results that you've got with any of it, how it's turned out for you. But for me personally, this is the second ceramic coating I have applied, different brand. For me personally, this CQuartz UK 3.0 by CarPro, by far the best ceramic coating that I've used. If you're looking for a ceramic coating, I highly recommend it. If you're going to do it yourself, this is what I'd recommend because of how easy it was for me to use and the results that I got out of this and how it has turned out. Like I said, just as long as you do proper prep, attention to detail, take your time doing it, you will get and receive results just like this. But as I mentioned, this video, I don't want to stretch it on too long. I know it is definitely a longer video, but I want to thank you all so much for stopping and checking it out. If there's anything that you want to see, how to take care of a ceramic coating, how I plan on washing it, any of that, drop it down in the comments below. I would love to do videos on that as well. I will be doing a video of the hydrophobic properties that the ceramic coating does have. I can't wait to see that and see what it has, but I will be doing a video on that soon. So definitely stay tuned. Hopefully that'll be another video you're looking forward to and you want to see as well. So definitely stay tuned. Drop that in the comments below if that is something you want to see and you're interested in. But I want to thank you all so much for stopping in and checking out this video. And I will catch you guys on the next one. And until then, take care. Wow.